The more and more I watch this anime, Love and Lies, the more and more I am rooting for Ririna. I'm wanting her to win. The more and more I see her and see what she stands for and how she's supporting our main male character, I can't help but really vote for her to win. Now, hear me out. Like I said, I don't hate either girl. Both girls are really great characters, and at this time in a series, especially an anime series that has like multiple love interests, usually you have someone that you like over the other, or in this case, you have one that's obvious, like you should hate or dislike because of their personality, while you should only love this certain girl. And in this case, Love and Lies isn't like that. It's a series that allows you to pick who you want the main male character to end up with, and you can't relatively feel guilty about it, because if you want him to be with Rina, and you know, him to finally marry her, then honestly, that's a good choice as well, because they clearly have chemistry. We see that in this episode, in the previous two episodes, but then if we go to the main male character's love interest, Neji, what he wants, you know, we have it to where she's also a very good person. We can see that she deeply cares about him. She loves him for who he is, and she knows a lot about him. So when you look at these two things, these two characters, and their love for the main male character, each of them, I don't really despise either one. They're both great characters with wonderful personalities, and also they're not trying to stab each other in the back. You can clearly see that between their exchange as friends. They have mutual respect for each other. Now, obviously this could change if Ririna becomes more serious and she wants to be with the MC. Maybe then the main female character's personality might make a little bit of a shift. She might be more possessive or want, you know, Neji for herself, and then you'll have it to where, you know, Ririna, she'll realize that she really didn't have a friend at all. Now, that's a possibility that could happen with the series. However, though, from this point, right now in the series, I like both characters. However, in terms of chemistry and personality, I honestly go with Ririna. I like her. I really like her as a character. And the reason for it is because, like I said, she's very supportive. Now, I'm not saying that the main female character isn't supportive, because she is. You can see that she was willing to let go and all that and allow him to move on. But at the same time, though, yeah, but to where, just Ririna, she is living a lie right now. She is being forced to marry someone, and because of this marriage and all that, even if she continues to allow the main male character to be with the person he loves, they're still going to be married, which is kind of very fucked up in a way, and it's kind of ruining her own happiness, her future, and I feel very bad for her. But at the same time, though, their chemistry just works, and you can see that the only reason why she's able to do something like this, why she's able to be so open about it, is because they're so compatible, and they can honestly just work together and understand what each other really wants. In this case, we see that with Ririna's character, and how she presents herself throughout this series. So I kind of feel bad in a way, because she's kind of giving up her own happiness for the sake of someone else. And so I do hope eventually, if she doesn't get with the main male character, I do hope she finds someone that honestly she could fall in love with, and they'll love her back. But for now, though, let's talk about the big point of the first half of the episode, and that is giving us a lot more details on how the matching of the couples are done. As we know, there's a law in place where couples have to get together around a certain age. Eventually, you have it to where you are assigned your wife or husband, you find out who you're marrying, and then there you go, you're with the person. And the reason for this is there's a system set up in place to make it to where they find two people that are very compatible, and then they get together. And we get a little bit more details on how this system is actually done, and I was very surprised with how well thought out the system was. Now, there's obviously some things that still need to be clarified with the system, but overall, though, from what we could gather from this episode, from the information on what the government told the two kids, is that they look into your life very deeply. Like, it's like this, okay? When you browse the internet, let's say you go to Google, okay, Bing, whatever, any search engine, let's say for a moment you type in, what is the best romance anime? And then the next day or a couple hours later, you say, like, romance anime with like a blonde female character or something, and you keep, you know, typing things related to a certain preference, eventually Google is going to become aware of what you want to see, and then they're going to get all this information together to kind of present you stuff that is more catered to your views, what you want. And in this case, this happens with a lot of systems on the internet when it comes to YouTube as well. Algorithms and how they work when you're typing for videos and stuff, depending on how many videos you search up and what you watch, usually YouTube will try to focus on on that aspect of what you watch, and it'll be all on your feed or suggested to watch. And that's exactly what's happening here with these two characters. The way the system works is that you've taken multiple tests throughout your life, your early life, to where you've taken tests to where it kind of figures out what type of person you are, your personality, how you would react to certain situations, and after gathering all of this information from multiple different tests and studying you for a very long time, a prolonged period of time, for years, they're able to accurately figure out who you want to be with, or who would be compatible for you. And also, what's very interesting is that they don't really throw in the looks into the analysis and who could be compatible or not, because at the end of the day, yes, looks are important. I'm not even going to say they aren't, but at the end of the day, besides just looks being slightly relevant, the main thing is the personality, the compatibility of the personalities of the individuals. For instance, let's say you find the love of your life, male or female, and this person, they look absolutely handsome or beautiful, regardless of whatever gender, they look insane. And you're like, holy shit, I want that person, I want to be with them. And you get a shot to be with this person, you get a shot to, you know, date this person. And when you're finally starting to date this person, you find out that their personality is very heinous, or maybe they have a certain part of them that's very heinous. You're like, fuck, they have such a pretty face or a handsome face, and you're like, I don't like this person. Even though they're so beautiful or handsome, I don't want to be with them because their personality is shit, or just their personality doesn't perfectly mix with my personality. And that's kind of what was going on here, showcasing if you try to get in a relationship with someone, a permanent relationship like marriage, and you go into the actual relationship just because of looks, and you don't really understand the personality, there's a higher chance that the marriage will fail because you probably don't have a compatible relationship. And that's kind of the science behind this law. They're figuring out people, two individuals, that can be paired together and have a long-lasting relationship and be together completely fine. So that's kind of what's going on here, which in a way, it actually is scary, because stuff like this could probably happen. I mean, I don't think the law would ever be implemented because there would be so many people against it, which is understandable. But I'm just saying, though, stuff like knowing who you're compatible with, that is a very, very real thing. That is definitely a real thing, or a possibility that could happen, because with how the internet is nowadays, how certain search functions are, and how it can figure out algorithms and what you like, something like this of figuring out who you're compatible with definitely would be a real thing. Even today, I think it could be a real thing, because we already know many different websites study what you search, and in this case, the government, since they have full-on access, they get to see whatever you do. For instance, what you're doing on the internet, what you're doing in terms of grades in school, they're able to study you and see what you're good in, and what, you know, you could work with. So that's kind of scary when you think about it. So this government, they're very nosy. They're very, very, very nosy. I don't know if that subject will ever be really tackled in this series, but that is definitely something that is kind of scary, because the series is focused on like an experiment. What if? Like a what if scenario if this law was put into place. What would happen? And if the government somehow managed to pass this law and this happened and people, you know, actually accepted it, what would happen after years of this? What would it show? What signs would show where there's a flaw in this system? But besides that, though, besides the details of that, let's talk about the situation towards the end of the episode. So the main female character, not Rina, you know, the arranged wife, the main female character, she is hiding something, obviously. And the series is called Love and Lies, so obviously it's not just one lie, there are multiple lies. And I feel like in this way, what they said in the first half of the episode holds a lot of weight between the main male character and also the person that he's currently in love with, the girl, the main female character. You have it to where she obviously is hiding something, but this is something to be expected. But in every relationship, regardless if it's romantic or if it's something to do with the family member or whatever, regardless, in any relationship in real life, even if it's a friendship and all that, there is lies amongst individuals. There's just sometimes people say stuff and they lie. That's a common thing. That happens between all relationships. It could be something small, it could be something very big. But lies are a big thing. Sometimes people just don't want to talk about certain things. And I mean, regardless of how compatible you are with an individual, it does not matter. Sometimes people just don't want to talk about something, or they want to lie about it because maybe they just don't feel like even answering or talking to you at all about it, because maybe you'll do something that they don't want you to do. So in this point, I can understand why the main female character would lie and not say the truth of whatever she is lying about. But clearly, though, this is showing some signs to what the government was trying to say in the first half. That they could be pretty and beautiful, but it doesn't mean that the personalities will be compatible. Because over time, you'll figure out that maybe you just don't want to be with this person. And that's kind of what's going on here. I feel like if the series doesn't go with her, and she continuously lies and all that, I could see the main male character kind of shifting away from her and moving over into his arranged wife and marrying her. That'd be really cool if the series wanted to go that direction. But for now, though, what I think she's lying about, I truly believe she's probably lying about her notice. She probably got her notice, and she probably is getting married soon, or she knows who it is, which I'm assuming is the main male character's best friend. Most likely, she hasn't noticed, and she just doesn't know what to do about it. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.